Shout out to Belle Delphine.
So, slaves.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Huh? She made $1 million acting like a dog. Life as a puppy girl.
There's a girl who's been acting like a dog.
Have you heard of the girl who has made over $1 million by acting like a dog on the internet? And when I say acting like a dog, I mean walking on all fours in public, eating dog food, urinating on the floor, and drinking
Like, this is understandable, but why are you peeing on the floor?
drinking water out of a toilet bowl.
What? She's like a furry.
If you haven't, her name is Puppy Girl Jenna. Something else that might surprise you is that I've known Jenna for nearly 4 years. First meeting
You were her first owner? Is that what you about to say? You were the first owner? You're the one who started this? Is that what you want to say?
her in Vegas when she was leashed up, collar and all, and have since gone on to watch her become one of the most talked about things on the internet, being covered by creators like Cody Ko, Shane Gillis, and Hamas Piker. So come with me as I travel out to her doghouse in Austin, Texas to find out what Puppy Girl Jenna is really like.
I'm surprised she's not in Florida. Being a puppy girl just sounds like a Floridian thing to do.
What's funny about it is it's just a girl acting like a dog.
Jenna's gone viral for videos like these.
Bad girl, you know better than that.
That is so crazy to me. I had an accident. That better be water, bro. That better be water, but even still, this is insanity.
Outside, bad girl, come on. Into your cage. Nope, you know better than that.
And as shocking as some of those clips are, acting like a puppy is something that Jenna was doing long before she ever posted on the internet.
What?
So very innocently, you know, as a kid, I would beg my parents to like throw a ball and I would like run after the ball too. You know, I would like be on all fours.
I was about to say, that sounds like playing catch to me, but be on all fours? I mean, I used to pretend to be an animal and then I stopped at like the age of like 5. You feel what I'm saying? But
with the dog, like our childhood dog, I would beg
Did
my
you kiss
parents
it?
to like walk me out on a leash. In my mind,
The nigga was too stunned to speak.
So as a parent, what do you think when your daughter asks you that? Your child comes up to you and say, can you walk me on a leash? What goes through your head? Therapy? Rehabilitation center? Like what is your mind actively going through?
I mean, I'm a little kid, so like it's nothing like sexual or kinky or anything.
Because what, you're like 10 or 12 at this point?
Yeah, like it's just like very, very innocent. But I remember very distinctly when I was like 9, 10, my parents had kind of like a sit down with me and they'd be like, when is this behavior going to end?
And this behavior is not an anomaly. In fact, there are thousands of people that are a part of the puppy play community.
Well, saying it's not an anomaly is kind of crazy because if there's only thousands and there's billions of people, that's not that many people. Okay, so it's still an anomaly to me if we're just going based off of pure math.
Which is actually a subsect of the pet play community.
Within it, it's kind of like puppy play, kittens, you know, like the Neko girls, bunnies, foxes, like pretty much any animals. Horses are like one of my personal.
What is that?
This is a interesting rabbit hole we're about to go down. Pet play. I feel like if you participate in said activities, you shouldn't be allowed to get a pet. Like you should have your pet license removed because we don't know what you're about to do to that animal. So, I mean, as long as that happens, I guess it's a-okay, right?
Play is to watch. It's incredible. They like look like horses. That's probably my favorite. Like,
What the fuck?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't see no horses. Are these what you're implying to as looking like horses? They don't look like horses to me. I don't see no horse on my screen.
like to watch and to look at because it's just so intricate.
Are there other animal play communities? Like, are there
Alligators?
stork play communities? That's like what came to my mind.
Stork play,
Ostriches.
that would be incredible. Probably, I mean, if you can think of it, it probably exists somewhere.
Look, I'm
Dinosaurs?
28 years old and I hadn't heard
Pokemon pet play? Someone come in like with a like a Charmander? What if they really start acting like Charmander or a Tepig and they sit and they have a rope wrapped around their nostril or something? Isn't that just slave play? What are we talking about, man?
of this stuff until I met Jenna. So how did she find out about the puppy play community at 18 years old?
Yeah, I didn't even know that there was a community out there of people who did puppy play until I was probably 18.
It's called the internet. She says, why do I get hard from animals? She looked that up on Google. She looked up, is it okay to wear a leash in public? And then she just found a subreddit and just went crazy. And she was like, these are my people.
At a rope convention, so like a shibari rope convention, and there was a couple puppies there, and we were talking, and I was like, wait, I like have been doing this since I was a kid, like meeting people who are actually like interested in something that I was super interested growing up. It was just kind of like a shock, and like it felt good. I didn't feel as crazy.
So
That's amazing. What What's a rope convention? Well, rope convention. Rope craft rope event. Rope focus. BDSM. And it said BDSM and kink something. Wait. Yeah, I don't think this is anything weird on the screen, right? I can't tell what this is. So if I can't tell, that means it can't be nothing wrong at all. Top, bottom, and switch education with Western and Kinbaku and other inclusive sex positive social spaces. Got it. Oh, it's legs getting tied up. Got it. Their legs are getting tied up. How much are tickets? 225? I can go to a whole concert for that much. Why would I pay to go to a rope what? It's a new approach for a kinky conference featuring classes and playtime.
Okay.
This isn't a gimmick. Jenna's been acting like a dog her entire life. But that begs the question, is her content a realistic representation of how she actually acts? In her free time, does she really eat dog food and drink water out of a toilet bowl?
A lot of
Don't
what
care.
I produce online.
We don't care if that's what you do in real life or not, because what we see is insane enough. We don't care. Why are you peeing on the floor, quote unquote? Is she gonna start a doggy fans and show her actually peeing on the floor? That's a whole different rabbit hole.
Mine is kind of like laughing at this aspect of my life and my personality. Real people that really do puppy play don't really do what I do. You know, I'm kind of making fun of myself whenever I post, you know, the things that I do online.
You are,
I would
yes.
not classify what I do outside in front of other people as like a scene or play or anything like that. If anything, you can totally bash me for being a public nuisance. I will take that, and I 100% am.
Okay.
You and I both, probably.
Yeah, a lot of people on the internet, yes. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna drink out of this bowl at this mall, or I'm gonna, you know, be walked on the street.
Like, I don't think puppies look like that though. Is that a puppy face? What is that face?
I'll be walked on the street, or I'm gonna like pose in front of like this dog store or whatever. Like, I felt like it was all a big joke.
Since her content is a parody of her real-life fetish, I was curious to ask Jenna what she actually gets out of engaging in puppy play.
Puppy play for me is very much about like comfort and submission and like being taken care of. Like, when I do it privately, it's not a sexual thing at all. So I very much play it out for the camera. And
Do you wag your butt when your belly gets rubbed? Oh my goodness, I can't speak.
I think it's fun, and I think that it's, you know, like super, but it's not as much of a turn on for me as a lot of people would think.
So, knowing that Jenna engages in non-sexual puppy play, I think it's important that she clarifies something.
Oh, a huge misconception that I think about just like puppy play in general, the type of people that overlap with like zoo and like zoophiles. I don't want anything to do with like a real dog. I don't want anything to do with a real animal in any capacity. I pretend like I'm a puppy. It's a headspace. I just want to be dumb and have fun and not have any worries in the world.
You're still not getting left with my dog. I hope that's fine with you, but I'm still not letting you be around my puppy, my dog, my reptilian, my bunny, my amphibian, nothing.
But I do get a lot of questions about that, and I get a lot of requests from people about that, and that is never something that I will ever offer or entertain. Or
She has people in her DMs talking about some, if I ship my 6-year-old, my 6-month-old pit bull, will you put your tongue in its... But then again, I mean, going based off what she does, you'd think she'd do it. You would think that's exactly what she does.
anything, I find that despicable.
And while we're clarifying things, we need to address the infamous Puppy Girl Jenna death hoax.
The #1 search result when you type in Puppy Girl Jenna is Puppy Girl Jenna death.
Oh, so I didn't know about this until relatively recently, where there's like a whole bunch of people who are convinced that I died. And I found the article, and it's that I died of like carbon monoxide poisoning. Not even something cool. Like, could you make my death hoax like fun? And like, I don't know, like I could have gotten like rabies or something. Like, that would have been funny. Like, I could work with that, but just like carbon monoxide poisoning.
Before we get into Puppy Girl Jenna's career on OnlyFans and how she's gone about making millions of dollars, I wanted to ask her some
Career on
cool-ass questions.
OnlyFans. Career on OnlyFans. He's actually cocking her leg up and peeing on cameras. Okay. Career on OnlyFans. I'm not even going to try to imagine. I'm just going to let it keep playing.
Bouncing around in my head.
Much like humans, dogs can be very territorial. Would you consider yourself having any ops in the animal kingdom?
The animal kingdom.
What? Okay.
Obs in the animal kingdom, like real animals, like in general.
Yeah, is it like chihuahuas you might not like? Squirrels? It could be other dog breeds. Could be mice.
I do feel uncomfortable around squirrels. They are very like jumpy, jittery. When people used to ask me that question, I used to say cats, and I would allude to Belle Delphine because I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. I love her. She's amazing. Like, shout out to Belle Delphine.
So, slaves.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What was that transition? I guess there was no smooth way to flow into that, but so slave.
Obviously bad in human form.
Oh.
How do you feel as
she was confused too. Like, listen to her voice.
Oh.
How do you feel as a puppy girl owning a dog?
Oh, okay.
She owns a dog.
Really caught me off guard with that question. I was like, oh no, where are we going?
What?
Oh my god. Oh, that's good. Like, if I ever get a dog, it's like, oh, well, I'm just, my dog is getting a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like puppy friendship.
Yeah.
So what happens if they start humping you? Are you gonna lick it back if your dog's also getting a dog?
He can pee in me anytime.
I just feel like I'm asking the right questions.
Be friendship and just, yeah.
It's not a slave thing.
No, I don't. I would no. For the record, I do not condone slavery. I do not in any capacity, in any form.
You might be wondering how a girl who's into non-sexual puppy play has made a career off sexualizing puppy play on OnlyFans. Well, let me introduce someone. I'm here with Lorenzo Adams, correct?
Yes.
Nerdballer TV.
I feel like I need my lawyer present here.
But you and Jenna have a relationship, correct?
That is correct. Yes, Your Honor.
They don't have just any relationship. Lorenzo is the mastermind behind the entire operation, creating a detailed marketing plan that utilized short-form content to drive traffic to Jenna's OnlyFans that Lorenzo manages. One of their most profitable videos was a short clip of Jenna urinating on the ground in public that they sold for $20 and was bought by nearly 10,000 people.
They made $200,000 off of her peeing in public as a dog. Whoop whoop, go capitalism!
10,000 people buy that clip for like $20. That's like pretty insane. Like off that one clip.
That is insanity.
$200,000. So my question is, for anyone out there that is judgmental towards Jenna, would you pee on the ground and film it for $200,000 or?
No one's talking about that specifically. This woman has her breast out, doggy style, licking water bowls. Yes, I would pee on camera for $200,000. That's not the same thing. Would I pretend to be a dog and cock my leg up for $200,000? Now we're getting a little bit too far. Now we're doing something crazy. But if you ask me just to stand and pee in a park, nope. Is that not public indecency? Isn't that illegal? Can't that be considered, it has to do with like violating other people's property. Okay, she should be arrested. So no, I wouldn't do it because I don't want to be arrested.
Or would you rather work your day job for 4 years for $200,000?
Don't quit your day job to pee on the floor. Oh, so now you're backtracking. You went post editing and was like, you know what? Let me clarify a little bit more.
Depending on your job, like I probably wouldn't quit a really good job for that one instance. You have to keep in mind there's a lot that goes into it. Like, how do you even get that many people to even know you have that, like that clip exists
on the marketing end?
You know what I'm saying? But like, there's people out there who would be willing to do that.
Should I quit my day job, chat, to start peeing on people? Wait, they're not peeing on people. I could pay people to pee on them.
And if you told them, okay, then go do it. Like, well, okay, I'll go pee, but now what? Like, how do I get that in front of that many people who are then also interested in purchasing it? So there's a lot more that goes into it.
We're getting a PP breakdown.
To the point where you can even monetize that type of content.
We're getting a
It's not just
pee
as simple as
breakdown,
like, oh
man.
yeah, I'll go pee if that many people would see it. Because even if they do it that once, then what? Like, what do you do after that? You take that money and then
you get arrested for vandalism and public indecency, and you get out in like 2.5 years.
You have to figure out like how do you keep that momentum going and running and stuff like that.
What's fascinating to me is you had made a comment a few days ago or a week ago that you're not really even a content creator at heart, right? Now this surprised me to hear because Puppy Girl Jenna is not someone who actually enjoys her career as a content creator.
Oh, really? You know what? Something about her career doesn't look too pleasing to me either, but to each their own.
I look at myself and like my goals and aspirations, and then I look at you or even at you, and it seems like content is like always like at the front of your brain, and like it's just like fascinating because like my brain just does not work like that at all. Like I think like long-term wise, like
yeah, you're thinking long-term like, ooh, 10-year-old German Shepherds. I want a big boy Mastiff. If I could get a kangaroo to kick me just right. Like we just have different ideas on the top of our head, and it's respectable.
Right. Yeah, I don't feel like a content creator, and I feel like it's definitely like a detriment to myself, but I'm just out here having a good time.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, like at the end of the day, like she's like she didn't get into this because oh my god, I love making content. Yeah, and if honestly, again, if she really wanted to, like, she would be trying to collab with everyone, fly everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we definitely try to produce the amount of content that she's comfortable with.
Imagine just a Cat Girl Drake collab. He's rapping in his music videos, talking about I'm from Toronto, my dogs will get you, and then I show you a picture of my B word and she's pissing. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't rap. Do I look like a rapper to you? And it's a picture of her peeing. My fault.
I feel like when you commodify your personality, there is like a fine line between like, oh, I could make this much money, but at what cost to like my mental health and how much I enjoy my life.
I could have made like a lot more money, and I could be a lot more relevant, but I just like don't care.
With that said, the financial side of acting like a dog on the internet's got to be pretty enticing if she's been doing it for 4 years.
I mean, she does it for free.
Not always the most lucrative career. How does being a dog pay?
That's good. I like how you worded it. I have been
I told you I have some dumb questions.
Oh, I see her tail wagging. I see her tail wagging. She might get to jumping and humping on you. Be careful.
I have been extremely blessed in like my finances. Over my career, there was like a point in time where I was making like 6 figures a month, which is
Okay. So like I said, who wants to get pissed on?
That's not a real number. Like it's just not like real. Yeah. But like over the lifetime of my kind of business and everything, like I've been very fortunate and to make like over $1 million, and like that's insane. Like that is crazy to me that like so many people have either like supported me or thought that it was weird enough in order to be.
That's crazy because her numbers aren't that insane. 44 mil, okay, like 44 mil on TikTok, like it's cool. That's not like insane though. 60K on Instagram isn't crazy at all.
Like
162 on X isn't crazy at all. So it's all about marketing, guys. You don't need everyone's attention. You just need that strong, good attention, and then you just need to pee, okay? You pee on the right person, you'll get rich, or you'll die trying.
Supported me or thought that it was weird enough in order to be like, I'm kind of curious. I want to see how this is. So, again, I'm very fortunate. Most of the things that I'm able to do now, like I'm a avid reader. I love art, and so I'm able to like.
I never met no dogs that can read.
Take trips across the country and go to museums that I've always wanted to go to.
Reading and traveling aren't the only interest that Puppy Girl Jenna has outside of her job.
Okay.
I want to show you 2 of her favorite hobbies. The first of which is cooking.
All right, for those that didn't know, Jenna is actually an immaculate cook. Here's the breakfast spread that she has put up for us.
Okay.
What do we have here, Lorenzo? Break it down.
Honestly, this is like a light work for Jenna. This is not really anything crazy, but it's still really good.
Yeah, people might not know. I've been over here where they've had like an elaborate duck dinner. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I remember. I do remember that.
I personally think that Puppy Girl Jenna is probably the best puppy cook. The Puppy Girl Jenna food.
I'm not gonna lie, Lorenzo has like crazy in his eyes. Like if Lorenzo snapped and just whipped out an AK-47 and started spraying, I wouldn't be surprised. He just looks like he has that type of crazy in his eyes that like you say the wrong thing once and you might not have an Achilles the next day.
Exclusive breakfast edition. You ain't know about that, boy.
I mean, it's nothing special. I mean,
my dog can't cook.
By my standards, I just whip up some scrambled eggs and I feel like I'm Chef Boyardee in that hoe.
Chef Boyardee.
Another hobby you might not.
You make her laugh too hard, Lorenzo might just cut off your feet. Okay, watch with the jokes. Lorenzo don't play.
A puppy girl to have is training and caring for birds.
Jenna is the proud owner of a What is it called?
So he's a Camelot macaw. He's a second generation hybrid between a Catalina and a Scarlet.
So he's a half-breed? Disgusting.
He just turned a year in January.
Yeah, the color on this
Can it
bird is
talk?
incredible.
Come here.
I told her to strip, but
So he's a blue-green
doesn't look like he could hear me.
Camelot. He has all these like beautiful blue-green feathers. He's still a baby. He hasn't molted all of his feathers yet.
Give you a little touch.
Okay, so we have a girl who is a puppy, who has a pet bird, who can cook, who loves art and reading. You know, loving art and reading can already take you to two extremely different places, because there's some really cool people who like art and reading, and then it's the other side. For example, y'all ever look up book talk and y'all see how they be getting horny over words, and it's fascinating, honestly. But hey, that's life.
Oh man, you saw.
Everyone's fascinating.
Yeah. So have you learned anything about like animals or yourself or birds through owning this?
Patience. I've learned. I was up, 3 times a day feeding him, teaching him how to free fly, how to fly in general. How to walk around, how to perch.
How did you teach him how to fly?
So I learned a lot of patience.
No, how did you teach him how to fly? What did you do as a demonstration? Like
What is that?
How did you teach him?
Rising too, I had never driven farther than like Dallas.
Really?
From here, yeah, like now we've been to everywhere, like all the way up to like New England, I think was like my furthest that I drove with him. I think we did like 30 hours on the road just so he would be able to fly for a couple days.
Will he step on me if I put my arm out, or
We can try.
it won't offend him?
No.
Will I just do like a gesture towards his stick? I want to touch your hands. Oh, it's a handshake. Oh man, I love that.
I feel like it's
Wait, so she was just driving so the bird could fly. That's kind of cool. I don't know bird owners, but that right there is kind of cool. You know how amazing it must be to just be able to just take a 30-hour drive just so your bird can fly? That is hilarious. Imagine taking a 30-hour drive just so your dog can like run outside or something.
not a ton different than having like a dog, you know? He's just a wickedly intelligent dog that can fly.
Do you feel like you relate to him in that?
Yeah, wait. Yeah, you're right. Not the flying part. That would be fun.
I'm sure this video would get a lot more views and be an easy slam dunk for me if I was negative to Jenna this entire time. But I think the reality of who she actually is and who she portrays herself to be online is really fascinating and worth showing you guys. Not to mention, Jenna and Lorenzo were actually 2 of the first YouTubers to be kind to me. I met them when I barely had 2,000 subscribers, and they let me into their home to do a house tour and even took me out to an expensive dinner. So I would like to thank them for their kindness and also for the opportunity to film this. As always, the extended cut is on Patreon, and I would like to ask you guys, if you're not following me on Instagram and Twitter, please do so now. Post a lot of
I'd like to ask you, how much for you to get pissed on by her? Since we're we're in a pissing conversation. Let's go piss for piss.